Well, hello, I guess I'm kind of back. But who really knows, because seriously, I always have these little outbursts of posting to YouTube and then I just kind of die. So we'll see what happens, but hopefully I keep it up. I really, really want to start making more YouTube videos and helping people with Photoshop, as I've gone a lot better with digital art and I've learned a lot of tips and tricks. So anyway, this video, I am hoping to do a mini challenge. It's a 20-minute drawing challenge, and not only just that, it will be a redraw of one of my past videos. So this is the drawing that I'll be redrawing. Wow, that's a mouthful. Anyway, this drawing, I tried to do this challenge way back 3 years ago, and it's terrible. I am so happy with where my work has gone. Like, it's so uplifting to see where your work has gone in the past couple of years, especially since I went to university for animation. Oh yeah, when I my last video that I did on this channel was when I just started university, and wow, it's been 3 years and I have now just graduated, so here we are. And basically I just wanted to do this video to try and get back into the groove of things. It's nothing special, it's me just rambling on about life and what's been happening, and really just I need to do something with my life. So YouTube it is, and until I get a job, maybe I will try and continuously do these weekly, who knows. But for now, it's just this simple redraw challenge and trying to do it in 20 minutes, because just between me and you, that last redraw challenge, I kind of lied. I did it in 40 minutes, not 20, and I was just so embarrassed that I said I did it in 20. But well, this one actually was done in 20. Like, there was a part through this the drawing stage that I was like, that went really wrong, because I had to connect the screen recorder to my Cintiq, and for some reason it really screwed up my hotkeys, and basically when I tried to undo it, just it just stopped working, and I was so confused. Nothing was going. It was clicking on the other screen, and I was really stressed, and it was horrible. But I sorted it out and it was fine. The drawing time is 21 minutes, but I just cut off because there was a minute where I was trying to sort out my PC, but whatever. Anyway, I just want to talk a little bit about this sketching stage. As you can see here, I go back into the sketch and I try to push the facial features. So you see, originally the eyes were on the same level, which really isn't very interesting. It doesn't follow any line of action, and so what I did is I tilted the eyes slightly, and then that went with the bridge of the nose, which created this nice smooth line which your eyes can follow. And I'm so glad I went back into the sketching stage, because it just did not look as nice before. And that's one thing that you really need to remember, is never stick with the same drawing. Always try to, even if it's just once like this, try and evaluate your work and see where you can push and exaggerate your figure or drawings or environments and props, because the first time you draw it, you're just warming up. You're getting basically a blank page is really scary, and you're trying to put something on there really quickly, and most of the time it's just not the most creative. I'm not saying this is creative at all, but without that little bit of pushing in the facial expressions and the angles, this piece would not have been as good. I mean, you could see just from there. And I'm gonna thank university for me being able to do this. You could learn this on your own, but by having your tutors there to push you, it really does help. Especially this year, I was doing a lot of concept art and storyboarding, and I was really precious about my story and my lecturer was always saying, like, do not be pressured about your work. Just get something down onto a blank piece of paper so you're not worrying about what you're drawing. Like, that is the worst thing you can do, is just sitting there and trying to think what's the best thing to do, because you're going to spend more time looking at that blank piece of paper than actually drawing. So I really do recommend you just scribbling down, even if it's really terrible drawings, because it just really helps, and it just kind of gets those creative juices flowing. And I'm really rambling now, like, damn, Abby. So one little thing I would like to talk about this channel and what I hope to do with it in the future, and basically I want to take everything that I learned from university and portfolio making into this channel. Like, I know how difficult it can be, and university is expensive, so not everyone can go. So why don't I just show people what I learned, because the skills are easily grasped. So you don't really need to go to university for that, because I learned a lot of it myself, but I just had that university push. So last year I started using Photoshop, as it really intimidated me before, so I never tried to take the leap into it, because honestly the interface of Photoshop is very intimidating, and it can be very confusing for like people who are just getting into digital art. And I want to show some of the things that I learned in this last year. So for me, it took about 4 months to get used to the interface, and I'm going to tell you one really cool tip is, so Photoshop have lots of different options and work faces. So if you go to Windows, you can change your interface to painting, which is quite explanatory. It has more painting tools and it's a lot more like artist friendly. So really recommend that. And did you know Photoshop even has like a 3D option? It was really cool. I used it for my major project last year, and literally I've just graduated, so the major project that I was doing this year, and basically you could import 3D models into Photoshop and you could paint directly onto the models. It was great, best thing I've ever found. Really recommend it if you're doing 3D animation. Look it up. And I really hope people want to stay around to learn some more about like my painting skills, because this one isn't really much of a painting project because I only had 20 minutes, but I've been learning a lot more about color theory and lighting and how to create mood through drawings and how to portray it a little bit better. So hopefully I will do some time lapse of my paintings and I'll give you some tips and tricks of what I do. And I am going to be honest, a lot of the tips and tricks that I learned were from workshops that I went to, so they may be repeated tips, but I don't know, maybe they'll help somebody. So yeah, we're just on the colouring stage. We're about halfway through, and one little tip that I'm going to give now, I'm going to give a couple of tips, is the lasso tool is your friend. Trust me. Literally, it is the best thing I've ever found. I have sped up my time creating pieces of art since using this tool. It's so helpful. And there's lots of other tips I can show as well, but this one, wow. Literally just lasso around the area that you want to paint, increase the brush size of your paintbrush and just splash some colour in there. And I mean, look at that. It literally took me 2 seconds to colour in that, and it took me about half a minute to go around the area. Just really helps, because I mean, last time I did that and trying to paint on inside all the lines, like damn, so hard. So here's just another tip that I'm just about to show as well. It's another great one, especially if you're doing like cell shading, is basically get all your layers, duplicate them, then group them, and then in one of the groups, because obviously you've duplicated the layers, you will merge all your layers and Basically, once you've grouped them all, you can right click on the little icon, the window, and you'll be able to select all pixels. This basically means when you go into your other layer, you can just paint your shading onto the subject and not go over the lines. It's amazing, quick tip. I love it. I use it all the time now, and hopefully that tip will help you in future drawings, because lifesaver for me, speeds up my drawings so nicely. And yeah, we're actually coming to the end of this drawing now. We're just adding a little bit of shading because I knew I was running low on time. I think I had like 2 minutes left, may have been even less, and I was just trying to wrap it up. So one thing that I really like this piece compared to my old one is how much character this drawing has. You can really see her having her own personal character. She looks very like a delinquent, even though it's she looks like a delinquent, and I just really want to try and develop her because she seems really interesting, especially with all her sharp features and just really nice different coloured hair. And green is different colour for me. I never draw people with green hair, so I don't know, I just really liked her and I'm really happy with how she turned out. And thank the Lord I didn't keep those really bright colours in my last one. I have no idea what I was thinking. Colour theory was not one with me 3 years ago, and I'm really sorry if it hurts your like retinas, because damn, it's so bright. So yeah, we're just finishing up this drawing. I'm just darkening her eyelashes so her eyes pop a little bit more, and yeah, I think that's about it. Oh yes, this is one last little thing. She so to kind of like take from that last piece that I did where there was all like these color dodges everywhere, I decided to just add like a little bit of light onto her face and make it pop a little bit nearer her eyes. And basically one of these little tools is just get the lasso tool, and you see at the top left there's feather, just whack that up to 100, and then when you use your gradient tool it will just kind of soften the area that it goes to, and it's just a really perfect tip. Lois uses it quite a lot, and that's what I learnt from her workshop, and it was very nice. It's a very nice way to get like red shining through the ears. Anyway, yeah, thanks for coming back for my video, I guess, and hopefully I see you again soon. So bye guys, bye.